G'day, mes amis. How are you? I am very tired. I am tired. And I've put my tree up, and there's a cat in here who's only just come in, and he's like, hey, what's this? And he better not. I'm just waiting for him to settle. And I'm just trying to get this done because I want to get my makeup done because I'm going out tonight. I don't often go out. I'm going to try and dip that a little. But it's a work Christmas party tonight, so I gotta get something on my face. I mean, I don't have to. I could go without a face. That would be a surprise for everybody. But I want to do something. Try and hide the fact that I'm really tired, and I don't want to go. I'm not a social party person. He's checking it out. He's trying to be sneaky. Bloody cat. Let me see if I can put my mic in. So anyway, different audio. G'day, mes amis. How are we? I am getting ready to go for the work Christmas party tonight. I've just put the tree up. There is a cat who's very curious, and I'm hoping that during this filming he doesn't decide to just climb that silly tree and break everything. So I'm going to do a quick look. It's a work Christmas thing. It's at a hotel. They will be drinking. I'm not a drinker, so these types of things always leave me a little bit pensive. So I'll probably just go for, I don't know, hour and a half or so and then run away and go back home and watch TV. I am not a social party person because I don't drink, so it's not my thing. So I'm going to go tonight. I'm going to put on a makeup thing, make myself look presentable. I'm going to use the new Merry Chrissy palette that I just got in the mail. Played with the colors a little bit. It just came yesterday, and I do like it very much. I do like it very much, just so you can have a look-see here. This is the real winner. That color looks so boring in the pan. You're like, it's a white. Oh, it's a thing. You see this like flash of purpley blue up here? That's this one. It makes everything go like ultraviolet. It's so amazing. But I want to play with these tonight. I thought I'll just, that one's called, sparkly one's called Barbie, and that one's called Prawn. So it's going to be prawns on the Barbie. Actually, it's going to be Barbies on the prawn. And I think I might use Stubby, the dark color there. And I might actually put a little dash of that in the inner corner just to have it because I like it. So I don't need to put tons on. I actually just put a face mask on, and I had that on for like a half an hour as I was watching YouTube videos. I'll show you which one. Skin Republic Collagen Infusion. It's quite good. It does make my skin feel really well hydrated, and there's enough serum in the whole thing to actually just put it on my entire body. There's loads of excess, so I end up just pulling the whole thing apart and using it everywhere. So I am very, very well hydrated. I'm just gonna start with a lifter stick. I don't think I have too much to fix today. I think I've just got that usual yellow discoloration here and here. I'll try and even that all out. Just go for that number 20, which is the middle shade I wear. There's enough of that serum still on my face that it basically will just count as a primer. And just have all of that in. We're doing Secret Santas tonight. Well, they call them Kris Kringles, but I'm doing Kris Kringles. And I ordered a couple of sampler sets from this Tasmanian company that uses beeswax and natural honey, and they make all their own stuff. So it's a little sampler set that has a shampoo bar, conditioner bar, hand look like a body lotion, like a hard lotion. As you're holding it, it warms up, and you can put that lotion everywhere. And a soap bar. I thought that was a nice little Kris Kringle gift. You know, it's not something you might think to buy for yourself. Of course, I bought two, so I bought one for myself. I love beeswax. I love the smell of honey and beeswax. It's one of my favorites. And they were a very nice price, but it was, you know, they were just, you know, it's a little box, probably about that big, little samples. So I hope they like it. There are children outside on bikes just grunting at each other. I don't know why. I hope you can't hear that. So that's enough. It just evens it all out. Did I miss anything? I need my up close. I did put the Maya Brown contact lenses from Coal Eyes in. I'm just really keen to dig into this eyeshadow palette. So what we're gonna do, I think I'll dip into that stubby. I just realized the colors I've chosen are actually in the contact lenses, so that's fun. So contact lenses tend to be a bit, they've got a dark brown ring on the outside, and then they've got a bit of an orange iris with some gray at the back to block out the my natural eye color. So it ends up looking a bit kind of pinky orange. That's a darker brown than I thought it was going to be. But it's going to be kind of a sad night because one of my work besties is left. Their last day was this week, and they're not coming tonight. And that makes me sad. Those types of changes. You find somebody that's really fun and you enjoy working with and you like seeing and having shifts with them, and they're moving on to better things, which is great. But I'm gonna miss them, so I'm sad for me. I'm sad they didn't come tonight, even though they were invited. But they didn't leave on the best of terms. And they've moved into a new place that's about like 2 hours away. So I get it, but I have personal sadness about the whole thing. Just gonna blend that out. Has it been 10 minutes already? Ugh. I hope time flies like that tonight. Oh, he's behaving himself now. He's going out of the chair. He's not going to bother with the tree. The other cat, on the other hand, would be all over it. Just going to dip into prawn. And look, it picks up really well. Just put that on the inner. I was thinking about things I want to get on with and record and talk about, and what I've been thinking about New Year's resolutions. And I like having New Year's resolutions. I don't do the classic New Year's resolutions where you start a diet or do something that's dramatically different. Like I would never, it's weird because I already said I don't drink, but it's not like I would quit drinking. Don't think New Year's resolutions are really for that, but a lot of people do it, and then they kind of set themselves up for failure because that's quite a big ask. Unless you've got habits that are supporting that kind of change in your life. I've always done simpler New Year's resolutions, things that certainly have an impact, but are going to be better. And I think my favorite one that I did, and I did it years ago, I took out a subscription with it's a free website called BookBub. And what they'll do is they'll go through Amazon, Google, and Apple and find book deals that have come up within a price range that you've chosen. And I chose $3 and less. So any book deals that came out that were $3 or less in particular genres that I like. And I like murder mysteries, I like romance novels, and I like biographies. So any new books that come out in those ranges, I'll get. And I actually get quite a lot of like free books. And my goal was to not only just read different books that I had never read before, because I found that I was always reading the same authors, but to read new authors that I hadn't considered before or even been introduced to. So I'm going to go right into the sparkle. That was Barbie. I'm just thinking, do I need a glitter glue? We'll wing it and see what happens. And it's great. So every day I get an email that tells me what the new deals are. And I've been introduced to some authors. That's very subtle, isn't it? I've been introduced to some authors who I have really, really enjoyed. And I have read books that I never would have considered reading before because I'm a bit of a book snob, and that's something I'm trying to get over. Is that the eye primer? Yeah. Just going to use a little eye primer because I think this can have a bigger impact than it's showing. So yeah, I've been introduced to new authors who I've ended up reading all of their books, and one that comes to mind is Penny Reed. Penny Reed had a couple, and I think like she does long series of books and stories. You'll usually get the first book in the series for free. She did one that was, I don't know what they call it, like Knitting in the City was the first one I'd read, which is about a group of friends in Chicago who meet up and have a knitting circle. And they all, end up with their own little romantic stories and partners and stuff like that. And then one of those characters has their story take place in their hometown in the Appalachian Mountains. And then she's the only girl with, I think she's got 6 or 7 brothers. And then all of them, and they all have beards. So that's like the beard series. All the brothers have magnificent beards. And I actually really like that story, even though it's about a part of the country I've never been to, don't know anything about. But it was very, very fun to read. Very, very fun. And now, the new one that I got recently is actually about children of the Chicago group. So they all got married, had kids, and now their kids are pairing out. So this lady, Penny Reed, she's just able to create and create and create and create and create, and I envy that. Fascinating. But I also started reading a haunted series. I think it was called Haunting Danielle, but it was about this California, a psychic who bought a house and she was going to turn it into a bed and breakfast, and turns out the house is haunted and she can talk to ghosts. And that book's now got, that series is like 30 something books in now. I don't like super serious stories. Reading and stories, they're all really just for entertainment. It should be easy entertainment. I don't need it to be an overdramatic challenge. I definitely don't like books that make me sad. Books should make you happy. I don't like to be disappointed. Which is why I like romance novels. They always have a happy ending. And I have taken a few of those books and chucked them across a wall because they're terrible. Not the Penny Reed ones, but other books. And I got to a point where I don't read a book to the last page because I have to. I will quit a book within 10 to 20 pages if I don't like it. Something about the writing style, something about the characters I don't like. I don't mind a redemption arc, that's all fine. But you can sometimes tell. And I suppose if you've read enough books, you can tell straight away, like, this one's not going to work. I was reading another one recently about this guy who, I can't remember how he ended up there, but he was doing a favor for somebody. He got lost in some kind of, he got kicked out of a car by a clown. And then he ended up in a in-between world. And he became the new librarian in this town. Like, the library chose him. And he's like, yeah, but I don't want to be your librarian. They're like, well, that's tough. You have to now. This is your job. And it deals with, heaven and hell and demons and all sorts. That was strange. And he's taking this new job, and it's like, how long do I have to be a librarian? And they're like, until you die. Oh gosh, how long do most librarians live for? And they're like, not long. There's a betting chart going on in the restaurant to see how long you last. And there's magic and stuff. I don't know. It's silly, but it's different. I don't mind silly and different. What do you think? There's a lot of gold in this. If you look at these, that one's called Pav. It's got a green gold shift. That one's got an orangey gold. That one's a very warm gold. That's like your 24 karat gold. That's a brown, your basic teddy bear brown, but it's got a gold in it. This one I'm really looking forward to. That one's called Thong Snap. And it's not your underpants, it's your shoes, all right? Just flip-flops breaking. So I don't tend to bother with like book clubs because I know what I read isn't everybody's cup of tea. But then was one year, we're talking about New Year's resolutions, one of my choices was I'm going to read all of the Miss Marple books. And I did. I read all of the Miss Marple books. I read all the Poirot books. I read all the Agatha Christie books is what I mean. I read Agatha Christie. And I quite enjoyed it. I like books in history. Yes, I like Pride and Prejudice too. I might reread my annotated version, which is great because I love learning about like what are all the different coaches that they're in, what are the different dress things they're talking about, what are the different bonnet styles, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff that they talk about in the book that just kind of like goes over your head unless you're trying to really understand what your characters or those characters are talking. Just hit my elbow. What they're all going on about. I keep trying to fill this in and nothing is sticking to it, but that's that bit of my eye that tears out. I don't know. It's just, I can never get anything to stick there. It's very frustrating. Let me try again. Get a different brush, a little bit smaller. That's better. Just need like a little dense packing brush. Get in there. There we go. Now, I'm going to play with that purple. I don't want to overdo it though. It'll take over the whole look. And it's got a clear base. So all you end up getting is that purple. But it's so cool. Can you see it? I'm being very, very, very cheap with it. Oh, there he goes. Don't you dare. I should just let him smell it. I'll put it down on the floor and let him smell it. He likes to eat plants, so he thinks it's a real plant. He wants to eat it. I hope Glaminatrix comes out with other shades like this one. Very cool. And I know my tone isn't very convincing. I needed that brush. Don't know if using the silicone brush might be a little easier. I don't want to go too much of it. You know, too much of a good thing. I want it to just be a little bit. Oh, there, you can see it there. Fabulous. Fabulous. Get some mascara on. Don't you hate when you do that? You just stick the tip of your thing, wand right in the corner of your eye. I might just put one on the other side and make it a feature. Right, so I was looking at my pinks, and I've got that one by Singe. What are you? Are you the, not that I can read anything. Is that the rhubarb one? Riveting Rhubarb, which is not bad because it's a pinky coral. That might be the good combination as opposed to that one, which is kind of a Dior knockoff, or the Glaminatrix. So that one comes in a wet and a dry. The dries are very similar. I'm going to go with that one. It's just, as soon as I put that on, I'm like, oh, my natural color is more purple. That was a bit heavier. We'll figure it out. I think because I'm already feeling the what do you call it? Social dread, social anxiety of it all. I'm flushing, so my face is hot. I end up with big old dolly cheeks. For many, many years, I couldn't really wear makeup. As soon as I put anything on my face, anything, my face would just sweat. I wouldn't be hot, no problem, but it's as if my face was just instantly rejecting it, and I would just ruin any foundation or anything I put on my face. So I had to just get used to wearing it more and more, and that started to stop happening. So it doesn't happen often at all now. But you can see all this purple. I've got to clean my room. I did clean my room. I just messed it up again. All right, I'm not going to go too heavy on that. That's enough. I'll just do a quick doodle for the brows. Oh, now they're two different heights. So I flatten that one, but lift that one. They should even out. Oh, he's back. I should just let him do it. Do we realize it's not a real tree? He's a menace. All right, I think I can brush that mascara off now. All right, what am I gonna do now? I have no idea. Don't eat that. Stop it. He's biting it. He's not very bright. He's not. All right, I was having to think. I don't want to do too much. Let the eyes be the queen. I'm just gonna go in with this NYX plumping liner, and then I'll use the Fenty Is It Fussy? Because it's actually very close to my natural lip color anyway. There we go. Works those plummy tones, I guess. Super mauve. You know what? Okay, if you don't love this now, there's no hope for you. More for me. That is the 80s right there. I had lipsticks that did this. I had nail polish that did this. Yeah. Good enough for a work Christmas party. Wish me luck. Good night.